Hi everybody, this is Karen. Welcome back to our channel called Our House, where I like to do a lot of homeschooling videos, especially the Robinson curriculum in particular, and family encouragement, blogs, vlogs, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. In this video, we're going to talk about the Book of Knowledge. This is a requested video, so I'm going to go over what exactly is the Book of Knowledge and what is inside of it, because it's not just like a regular encyclopedia, alphabetical order, and it's just going through everything. This is very different. This is very special, and our family loves this set. It was a gift from a viewer, and we really appreciate it, and we really enjoy reading these pretty much every day, and I'll also share with you the different ways that we use them. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Okay, so the Book of Knowledge is just that. It's an encyclopedia of sorts filled with knowledge. Now, like I mentioned, it's not in alphabetical order. So what it is each book in the full complete set has the same categories, the same subjects. However, each book will have different types of those things. For example, this one is the Book of the United States, and so in that category is the digging of the Panama Canal, the story of the West, and Chicago, the Wonder City. Now, if we go and look, for example, on a couple other ones in here, so in this book, under the Book of the United States, we have Washington, our capital, and the growing West. And there's also on top of that a different category called the Book of the Earth. So we have the making of compounds, 3 kinds of compounds, and changes always going on. So let's look at one more. What is under this one? For the Book of the United States, we have What One May See in New York. And also for the Book of Earth, we have Wonderful, Wonderful Music, The Behavior of a Sound, and What Light is Made of. So all of them have that category, but each book has different things. Okay, so a couple other categories that I think are really interesting. We have the story of famous books. So this one has the stories of Jules Verne, Round the World in 80 Days, 20 Leagues Under the Sea, and Little Women. And over here, under the story of famous books, we have The Man Without a Country, John Milton and his poems, and Knickerbocker Days in New York. And one of the things I especially love about this book, and that really gets the attention of my kids, is some of these titles. So under the Book of Wonder, there's several. This is one of the largest categories. And so it has questions like, why do spectacles help us to see? Why have some people more beautiful voices than others? Why do we think we have seen something before when we have not? Can a dog reason? Can insects communicate with each other? Why does a kite keep still at a great height? And why is it impossible to sink in the Dead Sea? Just countless great questions that as soon as a child starts reading it, they're really engaged. Under the Book of Wonder here, we have, do the people at the pole spin round like a top? Why must the claws of caged birds be cut? Does a sound go on forever? Why are we never satisfied? It even has kind of deep life questions. Let's see here. The Book of Our Own Lives, that's another category. And what happens when we think, how to think, and why we do things. Also in the Book of Men and Women, there's an uncrowned American queen and the famous makers of Rome. There's also the Book of All Countries. For example, this one has Babylonia and Assyria, the rise and fall of Persia, and the glory that was Greece. There's also things to make and do. Some of these have, my girls love this category. Some of them have dolls, how to make dolls, how to make puppets. This one has ferns and feathers of the sea, a collection of seaweeds, printing and fancy lettering, a puzzle picture, a cabinet made from cigar boxes. We have how to know the woods and furniture. Let's see, a pop gun made from a quill, a fireside game for winter evenings, and keeping tortoises as pets. So there's even things about pets. They also have a category called the Book of School Lessons, and in this one it's French. So they have a lesson in picture, Les chats et de perroquets, an object lesson, and Les enfants dans la porte. I don't know what that means. Let's see what is in the Book of Lessons here. The Book of School Lessons, this one has reading, the meaning of singular and plural numbers, the meaning of words, more, let's see here, music, the fairies inside the shells, drawing, the right way to draw a box, how to draw with both hands, and French, the little pictures. So as you can see, it's pretty cool. The book of familiar things, the book of nature, there's the book of Canada. There's a lot of Canada stuff in here. The book of men and women, the book of your own life, the book of golden deeds. That's a really cool section too, where it kind of tells a lot of stories. For example, the servant who saved his mistress, the boy who saved his family, the race from Marathon, the men of Birkhead, the Swiss guards who did their duty, a brave ferry captain. So there's a lot of stories there. They're really interesting looking, especially I really love the format. So I'm going to share with you some of the ways that we use this at our house. I have these displayed on top of the fireplace, and so if I want the kids to gather around the table and just wait for me to serve everybody, I will often say, hey everybody, grab a book of knowledge, sit down and read it until dinner's ready. You know, maybe I've gotten the house picked up, I don't want them to trash it again while I'm serving up while I'm serving up dinner. So I'll just call them a little bit early to the table and just have them read while I'm serving. Another way that we use it is, let's say a child just has no idea what to write about, or just is in a mood that they just do not want to write their daily essay. And I understand that. Sometimes kids just have bad days. Now, if it was an ongoing thing, I would deal with that. But if it's just like a once in a blue moon, they're not feeling great, they're not having a great day, they just can't think of anything, none of the ideas that I give them they're excited about, then as a last resort, I'll say, okay, you can copy a page from the book of knowledge. And it's really amazing how that seems to improve their mood if they're having a bad day, because they pick a page that is interesting to them and they're writing it and they're learning about something, and then they always kind of walk away like, hey mom, can I share with you what it is that I learned? You know, they don't really get to do that with an essay. They're producing something. You know, so it's a little bit different, and also nice when they can come to me and feel like they have something to share with me that I may not know. And there's so much that they come and tell me from this book that I had no idea. So I know that's fun for them to teach mom something new, right? Because they think mom knows everything. If we're having a kind of an off day where school's just not getting done, maybe we're doing a household project, or there's a lot of appointments that day, or it's getting kind of crazy, I know all is not lost if I just have them sit down and read from the book of knowledge. I know they're gonna get something and they're gonna still learn, and it's okay, we'll pick up school the next day. So it's kind of my little safety net as well. And if you have a lot of kids, then you understand sometimes it gets really noisy, especially in a small house, and you just need the kids to settle down. So one way that I can settle them down is to say, time out. Everybody go get a book of knowledge and read until you learn something, new, and then be ready to share that with everybody when this quiet time is over. So even if it's just a 15-20 minutes just to quiet down the house, you know, sometimes moms, we just need that little quiet breather. Maybe you need to make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and then you're ready to all come together in the living room and talk about what everybody learned from their book of knowledge. So I think it's just a really cool type of encyclopedia set. Again, it's not like the traditional encyclopedia. I prefer this. I like this better because you can open it up and you don't know what you're gonna land in. You don't know what you're gonna learn. It's really interesting. It's just a really great format. So I highly recommend it, especially if you can find an older set, I believe. So there's gonna be some in these books as well, coming from an old earth perspective. However, that's really all I've come across. I haven't really seen anything that objectionable in the books, and I'm pretty picky. So I still would recommend them. All right, everybody, I hope this video was helpful to you if you were curious about the book of knowledge. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and share this video with someone who's maybe curious about them as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.